Hey, buddy.
Hey.
We're live right now. I'm just playing some music.
Oh, no one can hear us though, right?
I don't know. Maybe they can. We're live. So hold on one second. I'm just playing some music while we're getting set up.
Okay, then.
I don't know if we'll get copyright infringement like last time, but we will try. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I just got back from my girlfriend's parents. I've been up in an attic all day.
Oh, yeah. I've been gardening all day.
Ugh.
Hey, is this too loud or does this work?
I might turn it down one notch and then we'll be good.
You can't copyright records, can you? I have no idea.
I wouldn't put it past them.
So this right here is this at the bottom here. I noticed this. This is from Sage Francis's podcast last week. So,
okay.
Anything interesting you want to put up here?
I think I'm good.
Right. Let me just
give me
this.
one. I just need to get the. Oh, here they are. I couldn't. I couldn't get the damn. Actually, where is it?
Should we?
Give me one sec.
Summer turns me upside down. Summer, summer, summer. It's like a merry-go-round.
And then some. How about one summer never ends, one summer never begins. It keeps me standing still. It takes all of my will, and then suddenly last summer.
Okay.
That's an 80s song.
You know a lot of 80s songs.
I was born in that time. I grew up in that time.
I was born in the 80s as well. I am a Generation Xer.
True, but you probably didn't get a chance to hear the Motels as they came out.
The Motels.
Unless you have you, only the lonely can play.
Unless you have it on record, we can't play it because of copyright infringement.
Right. Well, we can do the lyrics. That's all we can do.
The what's the name of the hotels need their money?
The Motels. The Motels last summer.
Yeah, the Motels need their money.
All right, let me get the work up. Here we go.
So what have you been up to, man? What's new in the world?
I'm just good God, what do you even have to say? I've been oh wait, is this you? Yes, this is you. No, wait, this isn't you. Wait. Oh yeah, it is, because holy shit.
What the hell are you talking about?
I thought these weren't true because I'm looking at these. Oh wait, these are all from September. These can't be the latest ones. And I'm like, wait, it's only September today.
Adoy.
All right, so let me bring the guys up.
Yeah, I just have to set up my microphone. It'll sound a little bit better in a second. I thought I had it set up. So what are you up to? How was your weekend? What did you do? Anything interesting? How was Stone Soup?
Stone Soup was good. The work was work. I ended up going to my girlfriend's parents to help out in the attic, look for one specific wire that had 14-3 on it. And it took me about 2 hours to find it. And I bumped my head into several nails sticking out from the roof. And I don't know if I need a tetanus shot or not. See, I told you. Uh-oh. Hey, what's going on, man? Are you there? Oh, there you are. Now I can't hear you. Okay, 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Maybe don't mess up so much with the music.
Figured out. So what happened was
You got copyright struck?
by Harry Nielsen from the grave. Exactly. Right. No, I don't know. I just put my my microphone in incorrectly. I just wanted to change it to make a better microphone. I just say
Okay.
screwed up. So it's okay. Sometimes you got to roll with the punches, man. If the mic works, it works. Not, it doesn't work. Let's try one more time. Okay.
There you go.
We're just gonna have to roll with it until a little technical difficulties. So today's Oddball Magazine, the week that was at Oddball Magazine, it's October 1st. Let's
Are
get
we
into
live?
some.
I guess we're live. Holy shit.
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit.
No disclaimer, no nothing. The Oddball people should not be listened to by people operating heavy machinery, light machinery, like a computer.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Right? I know.
Or a cell
Especially if
phone.
you're, exactly. Especially if you are just doing your thing and listening to Henry Nielsen on a beautiful, hot. No, what was it? What was the weather like today? Would you say hot?
It was warm.
It was warm, tepid.
I was in the attic, so it was a little bit more than tepid. So
Yeah. All right, so let's
Yeah.
get into this. Let's talk Oddball Magazine. So
you might be wondering why their week that wasn't. Well, it's because we played too much Rick Ocasek's The Cars, and Rick Ocasek got pissed off beyond the grave. I mean,
So
he got really pissed.
He got really pissed. Okay, really good show. All right.
I was just trying to bring up the fact that "Magic" by The Cars is an underappreciated song.
It's really one of the gems of the world, really.
Yeah, that and "Hello" again. That and
yeah, you can't forget. Come on, Eileen. That's like one of the best songs of all time.
That's Dexy's Midnight Runners, and I hope you know that.
Of course I do. I'm just saying it's an American gem. It's just
I think everyone knows it's a gem. It's the only hit that Dexy Midnight Runner is known for.
It's a gem. All right, let's get into it with the secrets of skinny people.
Oh my God. Well, should we explain to somebody what we're doing? Yes, we're Oddball Magazine. We review the week that was. The reason why last week that wasn't was because we had a copyright strike, and hopefully we'll fix that. And now we're not going to do very much copyright infringement. Not that we usually do, but we were feeling our we were
sowing our wild oats when it comes to copyright infringement.
We were feeling our druthers, and we're trying to share a little bit of music from the Cars beyond the grave. I think the rest of the Cars are alive. Actually, no. The other singer and guitar player died before Rick Ocasek.
So is there only a car left? Is there only one car left?
I think the drummer and bassist is still there.
So they're Cars. So the Cars still exist. All right.
I think so. But who cares about the drummer and bassist? No, fuck it. Anyway, I'm not going to say that. Okay. I am only a drummer in the game of life, in the band of life. So I'm the guy in the Mighty Boss Tones that used to dance up front.
You're Joe Boston. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing that goofy ass dance. So yes, I have nothing to. I shouldn't have anything but great things to say for drummers and bassists and even triangle players. They.
I was thinking of triangle player. Ding. That's what I
Yes,
meant.
I always wanted to be a triangle player for a band. Just run out at the end. Ding.
We need more cowbell. Ding 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 ding.
That would work.
Yeah, I mean, I have in the world of musical, if I was a person, I would be a xylophone. Bling, 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 bling.
Huh.
Good to say.
There you go.
No, you can't just leave me hanging on that xylophone thing.
Like, what can I say? I'm just like, hey, that kind of makes sense.
Well,
but now we have to recap what happened last Monday through Friday, and hope that you guys read it before we get to next week's Oddball.
Can we just talk about how great Jeffrey Fallon's Secrets of Skinny People is, just in general? Just give him a shout out. We watch it. We do it every week, but this is such a phenomenal column. It really is. So let's get into it.
The comic has done its longest. This is probably its longest storyline ever. It's almost a continuation. It's just a continuation of what happened when Random Robot tortured them last season and
with
ended up
arsenic.
dying. Well, arsenic. Anthrax, actually. Anthrax.
Right. Oh, ready? You ready for this?
What?
Who are you going to be?
Oh, I definitely have to be the breakthrough character.
Are you Dr. Lucas?
Okay. I have to be Dr. Lucas. If you want to be everyone else, you can. But
I'll be the robot. You be number 8 there. I'll be the robot. And,
number 8. All right, there you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Dr. Lucas, that was a hilarious anecdote. You're too kind.
Smart, funny, wise. You really are the total package, Dr. Lucas.
Oh, Dr. Lucas, there is just something about you. I feel a special connection with you. Oh, well, that's because...
Tell us another one of your fascinating stories. What is happening right now?
I think you're the one laughing. I think Random Robot...
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Wait. Ha, 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 ha.
No, really? It was Marmaduke. Oh my, classic Dr. Lucas.
What is happening right now?
And I don't know what's happening right now, except they seem to be getting lost.
They're becoming chummy.
They're becoming chummy.
You're too kind.
And it looks like Dr. Lucas is a... I just love that he's just like, oh, go on.
Oh, go on. You're too kind.
Yes.
Smart, funny, wise. You really are the total package, Dr. Lucas.
We'll have to find out who this AI is. It's going to be... we're going to find out where the AI thing is standing. And is Jeffrey in violation of SAG, AFTRA, Screenwriters Guild rules because he's basing this off of AI? We'll have to find out.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's basing it. I mean, Dr. Lucas in that. I don't know.
It was a one-off on AI. I don't know where he's taking it, but I haven't yet. I have the comic delivered to me for tomorrow, this coming Monday, but I don't have a clue.
And I just gotta say, Jeffrey started off on found objects.
Yes.
And he has graduated, my friend, in the last 8 seasons of this to like where he's at now. So,
yes.
And I remember when we first got the found object, the bills, takeout containers. It's been really a great thing. Like he's been around for a long time, and we're super. It's such a great column. So Jeffrey, shout out to you. And if you actually want to see a very funny oddball show, listen to the one with me and Jeff and Chad. It was really good.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go to another comic.
I love how we start off with comics. It really loosens things up.
Yes, and she who laughs last, and don't you forget it, has her own dream house, which is another look into her mind. This was actually funny.
Phenomenal mind.
For an explicit shipping.
Hold on. If you like this dream house, you know what I mean? It's this music sounds like
yes.
Go ahead, do it like it's the music.
Weird closet you didn't know existed. Creepy attic. I need a voice like Katie Lang.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
other one, running up Kate Bush, running up
If
that
you
hill.
like, no,
Broken
just
window, overlooking a pool that you don't have in real life.
just down the street from a hotel named. It's like
Outdoor shower with no privacy or hot water.
it's like that.
Welcome to Cape Cod. Stove with freezer instead of oven. Terrifying door that leads to pasture in the basement. Leads to a pasture in the basement. Okay. Good
Stove with
Lord.
freezer instead of oven.
I
This
still
could
like
all
this
be
house better than
yours.
mine because it has a cellar. But anyway,
This is based on actual dreams. So this is interesting. So it's like, if you are looking for the motivated person in you, what you want to try is this wonderful house. It's inexplicable chimneys, possibly Freudian. Weird closet you didn't know existed. Horrendous monsters live here. Broken
never,
window overloading a pool that you don't have in real life. Your dream house, based on actual dreams.
I think you've. I didn't think it was possible, but I think you've seen more midnight commercials with medicines and 2 minutes worth of side effects.
Yeah.
I think you've seen more of those commercials than I have, and I used to see them all the time from like 12 to 3. But yeah, I think you have me beat out, sir.
Yeah, be like, if you're Anna Scope, you live in her hometown of Cincinnati. Her comics first appeared in local street papers, Street Vibes and Article 25. She's a frequent contributor to Funny Times and Belt Magazine, both based in Northern Ohio. She considers having her comics up on your refrigerator door to be the highest form of praise. Reading them while you're on the can is an acceptable close second. If you are having trouble sleeping, you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to do like the
only legal. Only this medicine is only legal between the state lines of Nebraska and Portland, Maine. Let's
consult your doctor before taking this. Reading this comic book. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right.
Are we? Oh yeah, this is an interesting entry for. This is the 20th canto.
Oh, another canto.
And it's actually and the art is actually a photograph of a mixed media piece by Bridget Selway Galloway, who's been she's been a past Oddball contributor as well in words, and now she's actually contributing art. And I appreciate this because we couldn't get anyone who had not to submit something new, and Bridget came through at the very last minute, and that was an amazing piece. And I
would just like to tell Bridget, thank you very much. I remember Bridget from many years ago, and she's a very fascinating artist. Thank you so much for being
Steve. I believe Stephen David Justin Stills liked it as well, and he's already finished his 21st canto. So you'll be seeing that at some point.
All right, so let's do Fragile Fossil, mixed media, Bridget Selway Galloway. Let's do this.
All right, dude, I'll read the first 2 stanzas, and the rest will be the rest of you can read.
Yeah.
Canto 20 of A War of Paprius. How could they, these indigent, transient, intransient strays, fully brace themselves from ever more indignitaries, ever more humiliations that come their way? Come their way they did, replete as the variables constituting experience, and has variegated as the methods of psychological torture, replete as the atomic structure of corruptible matter, and myriad as the rabid mutability of the foundations of their ever more dire circumstances.
Theirs, if they were lucky, it was just to keep their footing. Theirs was surviving, thriving in their strivings as half-lives, and ultimately, like leaves, to fall from the limbs of bows, becoming the circumnavigation of the desiccated, with faces wizened and forms that seem to be forever swept in recurring vortexes and counter-vortexes, to which at every street corner the leaves could be found skidding and scraping dizzyingly, into and around cracks and pavements, kinetic, that as much as demise, the demonized, battered by the vagaries of life's winds, would stay this way perennially were it not for the fact that the very factor of being severed from such heights and dragged by invisible natural forces hastened their decomposition.
And for the rest? we will we'll leave it to the readers. And this is what we've been getting for at least the last year from Mr. Excuse me, from Mr. David Stephen.
And
I'm sorry,
David
from
Justin
Mr.
Stills.
Stephen David Justin Stills.
And Stephen David Justin Stills is an American poet and novelist whose first book, An American Papyrus, was published by the New Poets series in 1990. The book is in various libraries, and a scanned copy is in the Internet Archive. After completing his last novel, The 3-Hour Lady, the Russo-Ukrainian War began, and he decided to return to the art of poetry as the best means of conveying the trauma of war and the struggle for and the struggle of human existence. This particular canto of the long poem, A War Papyrus, examines society's treatment of the homeless and those experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder. And I mean, Chad, why don't you read Bridget? She is a phenomenal artist. So go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One sec. Here we go. Going down. Got it. Bridget, artist poet Bridget Selway Galloway, received a BFA in painting and a degree in art education at UMass Amherst. Her collection of poems and images, What Moments Yield, has been published by Ibbotson Press and has been included in the following permanent collections: NYC Poets House, State University of Buffalo Collections, UMass Amherst W.E.B. Du Bois Library, and the Truro Library, Cape Cod. Her poems have been published in Provincetown Magazine's Poetry Corner, Wilderness House Literary Review, Poetry Porsche, Ibbotson Press, and Bagels with the Bards anthologies, to name a few. Her art has been exhibited throughout New England and revised in several publications, including Artist Magazine and Cape Arts. Her paintings have been selected for the covers of Bagels with the Bards, Ibbotson Street, and individual poet publications. She is currently the arts editor-curator for the Wilderness House Literary Review.
Wow. And let's get one more look at her art because it's phenomenal. All right, man. Let's get on to the next one. Wow. So wait, hold on real quick. What do you think of this? What do you see when you see this?
Unfortunately, I try to see everything that she said it was. It was basically not a Ukraine-specific piece, but it was its own statement on war. So I look at that in the name, and I try to look at that. I'm still figuring it out, which is probably one of the nicest compliments you can say about an art piece, because sometimes things can be a little too easy, but this one challenges.
Oh, God, I love it.
And demands repeat views.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's do the next one. All right. And this is all at oddballmagazine.com.
Yes. I'm sorry, yes.
Yes, Oddball Stories. Okay, so a little bit about Oddball Stories. Oddball Stories, when first as thought of, was for people who have gone through extraordinary things to tell their stories. This story is by Laura Mao, and I will read it, or at least some of it. Brace yourself. I was born with the straightest and most beautiful teeth ever. Sure, maybe while growing up I developed a teensy overbite and slightly resembled a monkey, but no way could that ever justify how, after a nasty argument, my 4th grade classmate and now ex-friend Susan D. redecorated a soup can as Mama's Cheetah's cream bananas and left it on my desk. Harsh. I should back up a step. After our huge friendship-altering fight, Susan decided I look exactly like the chimpanzee named Cheetah, star of the old-timey movie Tarzan. Susan was clearly not versed in the animal kingdom family division between the carnivora order and the primate order, which is why she sadly came to the false assumption that Cheetah was the same thing as a monkey. Luckily for me, I quickly realized that Susan was a Homo sapien numbskull and my self-esteem remained intact. Anyway, despite the Mama Cheetah incident, me and my stunning teeth went on to have a great life until right about when I had made it past middle age, I signed up for chemotherapy to assuage a pesky case of cancer. Unfortunately, during the same time, I also developed an obsessive habit of vigorously brushing my teeth. Alas, one day I discovered a patch of tattered gum tissue atop my front teeth. My dentist gaily informed me that I needed a gum graft because I had overbrushed my weakened teeth and gums while on chemo. Quel horror!
I would stop there because this is
beautiful.
I almost want a content warning for this because it does describe it's almost like a body horror piece, just with describing the process of what happened. But
Yeah.
if you're willing to take a look, if you guys are willing to take a look, it's I hope the next time I have a medical incident, if it ever happens, I hope I can write about it with as much clarity as she did.
Now I'll tell you, that is art, though. I mean, that's a beautiful piece. So let's give her flowers. Laura Mao. I received a BS in physical therapy from the University of Michigan and an MS in healthcare professions from Texas State University. Since recovering from a long career as a healthcare executive, I'm an emerging and hopeful writer in memoir, lifestyle humor, and nonfiction. My essay Sufferfest has been published in the Austin Community College Rio Review. Nice. Just awesome.
Good work.
All right.
Release.
All right. So thank you very much, Laura. Please submit your story again. And please, if you have a story similar to Laura's, send it to oddballmagazine.com. Follow our submittable, and you will see yourself at the week that was, possibly. Oddball Show is brought to you by Oddball Foundation. We're a 501c3 for mental health advocacy. All right.
Next,
Chad.
This is on Tuesday. We have Susan Isla Tepper, who came out with an amazing novel last year, or late last year, early this year, The Office, which I got to finish reading over the summer at the beach. Oddest beach read I ever had, but a pretty intriguing story about COVID in the workplace.
Beautiful, beautiful photo. We'll ask how this goes together. Do you want to read this poem? And this is also photography by our friend and longtime contributor, Glenn Bowie. All right, go ahead.
Okay, smudged. My breath will record the time here. Smudged on glass, irrevocable story, same as the rest. Everyone looking back thinks their own was a glory time, one way or the other. Later, when the stink stops and the blood is wiped up, you will pause and remember all that happened in this life's blink.
And look at, okay, so I'm guessing, let me just kind of guess what you were thinking. Setting.
Well, this is the pair. This is actually a pairing before you go on.
Okay.
This is actually a pairing from that actually came from Bowie specifically for this piece.
Oh, really?
So I mean,
you don't want to figure out what you think this is about.
Well, I want you to figure it out. I just don't want you to have to give me the credit for it because.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it became paired. It came paired.
Yes.
That's amazing. Okay, so I'm guessing like the last couple lines remind me of a sunset, like end of life kind of thing. What are you thinking?
Mm-hmm. I think that's about it. It's definitely like an end of the chapter kind of photo. Yes.
God, beautiful, just so beautiful. What a beautiful shot. Goes so well with the poem. And let's go with Susan's bio. So Susan Isla Tepper is an award-winning poet, fiction writer, essayist, and playwright. Author of 10 published books. Her current projects are 2 plays in production and a novel due out late this year. Tepper's work has been published worldwide for over 20 years, nominated 19 times for the Pushcart Prize, and received a Pulitzer Prize nomination for a novel that was adapted into her stage play, The Crooked Heart, in addition to other awards and honors. What about Glenn Bowie, Chad?
I am so glad I knew you were going to ask that. Glenn Bowie is a published poet, lyricist, musician, and photographer from the Boston area. He also owns and operates an elevator company that supplies custom-built elevators for clients from New England to Hollywood. That includes Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Really?
Author of 2 poetry and photograph collections, Under the Weight of Whispers and Into the Thorns and Honey, on Big Table Publishing. He donates all profits from his books to various charities for the homeless and local animal shelters.
What a good guy. And someone like this, actually. I just want poems, photos, rants. Thank you for liking this. We really appreciate that.
We appreciate anyone who's passing this around, as many people have, especially on Facebook. We don't always have connections to our contributors via social media, but when we do, we try to implement them as best we can.
Yeah, that means a lot. Poems, photos, rants. Thank you very much. All right, let's get on to the next one. All right. Oh, there's this guy. This is me.
Joker.
This is my column. That's my face. I believe
That's my face.
that's my face, and
That's my face.
that's my old hat, which I miss. And this poem really rings true in so many ways. So it's called Jagged Thought, 495
Jason's in the
Venom.
process of signing his own book right now. Genius, Jason. Yes, to Jason, without whom. Sorry, go on.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Dream me into oblivion. Take melatonin and snap me back rubber band. Take the medicine delivered from the medicine man. Wish I could find something to believe in. Emptiness, frozen freedom. Sing to me, Sinatra. Tell me heaven is like a dream I can see myself in, even if blinded by cold light, even if broken boned and clammy skinned. Let me see God. Whisper to him, why did you give me venom? And wait for him to let me in. Chad, you want to read my bio? I don't want to read my bio. That'd be very egotistical. All right. Well, I don't know what happened. Chad lost his audio.
Oh, sorry about that. I muted while you were reading. Jason
Oh.
Wright is the editor and founder of Oddball Magazine. His column appears weekly. His third book, Train of Thought 2, Almost Home, is available now at the Oddball Bookstore. So what were you? So I don't want to offer my own opinion on this. I would just rather ask you, what were you thinking about writing this, you sick bastard?
First off, thank you, Jackie Oldham, for liking this. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. So let me tell you what I think that this poem means to me.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something. This poem is a sad poem. This poem is about having thoughts that are unnecessary and like these feelings of inadequacy and trying to strive to be a good person, but you're obviously just saying some terrible stuff about yourself. So you ask God, why did you give me venom? Like, why? And then it's like, wait for him to let me in, like, go let me into heaven kind of thing, like let me in. Either it's just let me in, So maybe it was a dream, take melatonin and snap back like a rubber band. But, the point is, when you have unnecessary pain, it's like venom. And it's like, why did God give this to me? But yeah, that's what it's about.
Everything kind of weaves into each other this week, and we'll go to the Wednesday poem so you can see what I mean. It's kind of fun.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's kind of funny because I don't know if people can get it, but like the theme that I was taking up for Wednesday ended up being sense of loss, and I don't know if you can see it with the poem by Parenteau Powell, but I read his poems in succession, like all the submissions he gave to us. I eventually submitted the one I thought was strongest, but if you read them all three in succession, you got the sense of loss, and I felt that the loss was still there, even in the first one.
Hey,
Even if no one else knew the other chapters, I considered putting all three together, but I really thought this was the strongest and should have stood alone.
Chad, I don't see it. I don't see it.
That's the.
I see Oddball Show.
That's don't play it. It'll.
Oh yeah, no.
Go ahead. One.
Did you put the Oddball Show first? Because I don't know. Is that?
That's not for Wednesday. That was following your Tuesday thing. That's because we didn't have the week that was because Basic struck us down.
Atlanta Falcons. All right.
Exactly.
Because of Atlanta Falcons. So
go one more and you'll see the Parenteau Powell poem.
All right, real quick. So this is the Oddball Show from Monday. And I love the fact that we are able to turn these around so quick, man. I know we'll put them into podcasts and stuff, but it's so great that if you can catch them on our YouTube, it's so great that they're just available, warts and all, because like it's not really, you know what I mean? There was so many things that I'd like to edit out, like I kept on, but I think it was a great podcast. Sage Francis is full of information, just wisdom, humble guy who's been around and is a hip hop legend. And it was great to have Chris back. Um, and just a really great interview. So if you want to have fun, chill out and listen to Sage Francis. He doesn't come on Oddball Show very often, so click on that at YouTube. All right, ready? Let's talk more about the poem that kind of relates to Venom. Holy cannoli!
I know. Ira Joel Haber is back.
Oh my God, he's so talented. Holy crap! Hey, can I ask you a question, Chad?
Okay.
How do people do this? How do people paint like this? What is your mind? What do you think about this? Like,
well, all I know is it wasn't done through AI. So
absolutely, yes.
But I just think he knows how to use his mixed media, and I thought this worked well with the U.
This is mixed media.
Prevalent in his poems. I'm pretty.
Yes, it is, isn't it? I mean, there's stuff on top of it.
I almost think it is, but it's almost like a painted collage. It's kind of strange. It's but it is his stuff coming up for Oddball. Whenever we fit it in, it's going to be amazing, equally amazing.
Oh, it's phenomenal! Holy cannoli! All right.
So,
holy macaroni, poem by Parenteau Powell.
So this is called Growing Concerns. More and more I wing it. You insist on a method. I have none. Whatever light I would shed, it is so much shed skin on the ground. Think of an old dog growling at ghosts or accolades. The wind changes its mind through the reeds. I'm just going to include that excerpt because I think the rest of the poem needs to be appreciated and read aloud.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope you guys go to oddballmagazine.com and do that. And I do want to go to the other poem, which is probably more of a blatant statement on loss than you might think the first one is.
Let's take this one, man. You can take it.
The photography is by Linda Matthews Denham.
Oh,
one of our triple MVPs, for part of the combination family of Jennifer Matthews and Bonnie Matthews Brock.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to meet them sometime, at least either virtually or something.
Soon, we hope. Hopefully, Kushal Podar is familiar to you. He's contributed to Oddball Magazine in the past.
Yep. And he actually, I think he reached out to me on Instagram, I think. So thank you, Kushal. All right, go ahead.
And this one can probably be read very quick, but also bears other multiple rereadings. Loneliness gardens loneliness. I should have made some tea for you, and instead I served loneliness in bed. My father savored the same until the day he didn't and died. You looked at me. I sprawl like a spoiled garden at the estuary of spring. My father's seeds turn into saplings.
Kushal Potter is the author of 8 books, including Postmarked Quarantine. He's a journalist, father, and the editor of Words Surfacing. His works have been translated into 12 languages, published across the globe.
So there. We have...
How about Linda Matthews Denham?
Well, Linda Matthews Denham lives in the countryside along the Thames River in Berkshire, England. Her passion is photography, photo restoration, and art history of Paris. She also works very closely with many British authors restoring images for publication. Thank you guys very much, and a good way to segue out of. It was tough to figure out which order to put them in, and I wonder if I should have put them in a different order. But it's in the end, this was tough, and it was also the first time there was two authors with strong pieces that I was wondering if for each one if I should include like all their submissions or 2 out of 3. So in the end, I stuck to 1 apiece. But that was one of the tougher decisions I made that week.
What do you think that's an image of?
I don't rightly know. It's
a lot of stuff going on in that picture.
I know it's kind of like the crazy garden image I wanted to keep up, but I'm just like, what is? I actually want to ask Linda if you're listening. What is this? It's
what is?
But I enjoyed it, and I had a hard time finding a match for this one. Linda produces some of the most interesting photography, but sometimes it can be very very.
Oh, I love it. Can I tell you what I think it looks like? I think it looks like a bass clef. I know it's not, but that was what it looked like.
I find it very hard I find it very hard to kind of pinpoint and match her stuff sometimes. But I'm lucky this one turned out to go very well with Kashal's work.
Yeah. So what was your what was your process here with pairing these?
And just in terms of the garden imagery that I saw in the poem, and just like and just to stick it with that, and just to think of what is a lonely garden, an untended garden, a not as tended to garden, and just like what things would pop out of it. It was that weird trip that my imagination took.
Yeah, well, I love it. I love
of just speculating like how this would match with that, and I just felt that it did well enough.
Love your weird imagination and incredible pairings, sir. Let's go on to the next one.
Yes, Rust Belt Refugee. The poem column 504 from Mr. James Van Looy.
Congratulations, James Van Looy, on 504 poems at Oddball Magazine. Do you remember the first one?
I think it was literally the poem titled "It's All One Thing."
Yeah.
And then it just went on from there, becoming several one things.
You want to read this, or do you want to leave it to imagination?
I will. I'll read at least the first few lines. So let's do that. Here we are. There are people now who drive around old towns of America making YouTube.com videos of the devastation left behind in Rust Belt by the post-industrial age digital revolution cities like Detroit and Flint and Saginaw and Bay City, where I was born, and Grief Up and returned to Michigan, where my parents and then my brother once and still lives, all the way down to SW, Pennsylvania, where I met both the women I married and went to college at the Old Normal School, California, now university. Just a small state college with an amazing English faculty of language, which I now struggle to understand how this once in mighty industrial base built up over a century of migrating folk and long, hard days of incredibly dangerous, even toxic work, poisonous substance, until here we are, so unable to make enough tanks and bombs to keep the Ukraine cannons firing at anywhere. And I'm going to cut there. There's still other half of it. And it's definitely autobiographical, definitely. It was a travel poem before he even left for a month to go traveling with his wife Jan to overseas.
Really?
And yeah, it's and he does these every once in a while. And I have a feeling the travel poems will come back again in the next couple of weeks, as he's long since back from his travels overseas to Europe. So I'm looking. He's
been in Europe, huh?
Yep.
No shit. Cool. James Van Looy has been a fixture in Boston's poetry venues since the 1970s, a member of Cosmic Spelunker Theater, and has run poetry workshops for Boston area homeless people at Pine Street Inn and St. Francis House since 1992. Van Looy leads the Labyrinth Creative Movement Workshop, which his Labyrinth titled poems are based on. His work appears weekly in Oddball Magazine. Tell me, what is Cosmic Spelunker Theater? And thank you, Jackie Oldham, again, for commenting on this. That's awesome. Hey, Chad, what's Cosmic Spelunker Theater, do you think?
Oh, I know exactly what that is.
Okay, tell me what it is.
That was a group comprised of James Van Looy, Ian Thal, and the late Bill Barnum.
Oh, Bill Barnum. Rest in peace, man.
They were kind of like a mime, poetry, performing, acting group that actually performed a couple of times in the early 2000s, and but even before that. But I saw them perform as Par Stone Soup in the Cosmic Spelunker Theater in the old location for Cambridge.
Out of the Blue Art Gallery?
Out of the Blue Art Gallery at 106 Prospect Street.
Fantastic. Legendary place. Now, where are they now? They're in Somerville, right?
Galleries in Somerville, last I checked, and the old location of Prospect Street is now, I think, a religious store.
A religious store.
Religious paraphernalia store of some kind.
Oh, man.
Used to be a tea room.
It used to be like a books or weird like store, right?
Yeah.
Did that get closed?
I think it's changed a couple of times.
Oh man. Oh, capitalism! But yeah, that was a beautiful art gallery. Beautiful art gallery.
Mhm.
So much beautiful art.
Now is your turn to go over the last two poem columnists, and there's a surprise at the end. It's not just wise words that's ending.
Oh, because I read wise words, and there was nothing about me in there.
I know, but
I'm always lucky when there's nothing about me. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna grab something while you read the bamboozle. I have to turn around and grab something, but I'll let you do the reading.
Bamboozle no more. How history repeats itself. Bamboozle no more.
Oh.
The same old story. People wandering, looking for a place where they will be. Welcomed as equals, where the welcome is real and not another empty gesture. They hope that there's a place to call home, where justice for all is real and not just another punchline in a really bad joke.
And the struggle continues.
Man, that's a really good poem. So Janet Cormier is a painter, writes prose and poetry, and performs comedy. She prefers different and original over pretty, loves collecting stuff, but cleaning not so much. Janet also talks to strangers a lot, and her column appears weekly on Oddball Magazine. Nice. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. All right, next. All right. So if you've been following us for a while, you know that we like Bruce Wise. He does a interesting column that's incredibly interesting. And
Bruce Wise is one person, but he's several aliases, which explains the various names.
All right, let's go with Big Bear, because this is a space poem and I really like it. So, Big Bear by I.E. Space World. The big bear, Ursa Major, sits before his eyes and rises on the north horizon, grand and vast. The portion making up its hips and tail lies within Big Dipper in its constellation cast. One wonders just how long it is its form will last, and though they're faint, one sees its legs and dim-lit claws. Its beauty is magnificent, majestical, although like any diamond setting, it has flaws, and in reality does not exist at all. However, in eternity's nocturnal skies, it still is awesome, looking on its mighty size, though it's not still, nor is it in some Kaiser's psycho prize. Mr. I.E. Space World is a poet of outer and inner space.
Yes.
And then there's a couple more haikus. So really, this is the really great way to end Friday. Yeah, you have to check out. Here's the one about J.R. Tolkien. And he's just a phenomenal writer, and so grateful to have this guy in Oddball for so long. So check it out. If you see on the live stream just how long this poem really is, but I mean, it's fantastic. So let's move on to that was the penultimate piece, which usually ends our Fridays.
But now we have a pride piece. Stephen Kingsworth, with art by Robert Fleming.
I like Robert Fleming.
And the title of Robert Fleming's piece is Tennessee Drag Queen Assembly, queened by Brittany Banks.
Let's take a look at this.
Another zaniness from Robert Fleming.
Very bright. So
Yes.
bright. Love it. He's so interesting. What a character. Tennessee Drag Queen Assembly, queened by Brittany Banks, 3/2/2023. Governor Bill Lee signs Dressed as Girls Prohibition Bill by Robert Fleming, 3/3/2023. Nice. All right, hit this one.
Hit this one.
Hit this one. Bring it home, Chad.
Hit this shit. Okay.
Hit it.
Rainbow. With pride, a crock of earthy gold, unless uncovered, hidden stays. The marchers pass the entry ramp to church door, railings rainbow wrapped. Blooms color spread, small window paned. From within, a woman, oldest of the group, waves in crowd to one. Connection made between two souls. This lycra man strides, takes the slope, to meet his greeter behind glass, gracious in wheelchair, frame confined. The gap of age and culture spanned. Amazement passed between all eyes, and further gazed at touch of hands.
Stephen Kingsnorth retired to Coed Poth, Wrexham, Wales, UK, from ministry in the Methodist Church due to Parkinson's disease. Has had pieces curated by online poetry sites, printed journals, and anthologies. This piece is about his favorite event at Chester, UK, Pride March. All right, Chad.
And Robert Fleming. How to start?
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding. Robert Fleming, born 1963, is a gay man, word artist, and scientist born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, who immigrated to Lewes, Delaware, United States. Robert follows his mother as a visual artist and his grandfather as a poet. In 1986, he published the second psychological research study on gay men's response to AIDS in the United States. Then in the 1990s, he was a contributing member of the District of Columbia's Triangle Artist Group. Now Robert is a founding member and a contributing editor of Devil's Party Press's Old Scratch Press.
I like Robert Fleming.
Yes.
He is great.
And we'll probably see more of him.
All right, and that was
the week that was.
That was the week that was, wasn't it?
Yes.
There it was.
We could do a tongue twister like Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, but we won't right now.
All right, sir. Any closing remarks? How was Stone Soup? What do you got going on for that?
Stone Soup was great with Richard Spizak, and we're going to have a great time this coming Sunday with Mr. David R. Surrett.
Nice.
It's the former Malden poet, current former South Shore poet, currently Cape Cod poet. Nice. And it'll be great to have him hawk his new book of poetry, Tonic. And more people are going to be coming, including Nava the Butterfly on the looks to be on the 7th.
You want to hear
on the 11th, the 11th of October.
You want to hear a talented poet? Just listen to a little bit of Nava the Butterfly. She is pure, amazing poetry in all its forms. All right. What else? Oddball Foundation is so Oddball Show is brought to you by Oddball Foundation, a 501c3 for mental health advocacy. If you like what you're listening to, leave us a review on YouTube, or at least a comment on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Not the comments we got a couple of weeks ago, though, Chad. But
wait, are you talking about my comment? I mean, yes, those horrible comments.
Yeah, those horrible comments. But no, thank you for listening to Oddball Shows the week that was. My name is Jason Wright.
I am Chad Parenteau.
And we will see you next time.
Have a good night, everyone.
Show's over.
See you next time.
All right. That was Oddball Show, and thank you for listening. Hope you have a great rest of your day and evening, and we will see you real soon. Thanks again, and read a book.